Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. No, we're going to got the echo because of the thing in the background, is it? No, it's not. It's because of that. Mute. So that should now. I've sorted the background out. Yeah, I think that's fine. If anyone's watching, if you could just let me know in the chat if it sounds alright, because I think it is now. Whoops. And we're off. Okay, cool. So it's a little bit delayed than it should have been. It all went slightly wrong because I had to reset my computer because for whatever reason it wasn't working. Welcome to the stream. Last time we did all of these cool little bits about Z indexing, containers, position absolute, position relative, and mate. In order to do that, so that this bit was not over the top of this bit, took me about 4 hours. A little bit exaggerated, but you get what I mean. Couldn't work it out, and then it turns out if something is absolute, it goes out of the flow of the page, so you have to put a margin on top of the next area, which will then create space. I'm trying to point on my screen, but obviously my finger you can't see, so I have to use my mouse. Excuse me. Right. So what we're doing next is we're doing how to add a image over the top. Sorry, I had to add text over the top of an image so that it looks cool. So we go back on position, and it's right near the bottom. Yeah, that done me. Took me ages. Not so much that I get the Z heading, I get the Z index. Sorry, get all that. That makes sense. But putting it under it, mate, nearly broke me. It turns out what you have to do is, for example, if I put, it's going to be a bad example because you can't see it, but I don't know. I'll tell you what, actually, if we make the height of this 200 and run it. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay, so now it's longer. If I now put in a P, like that, and then say blah 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 blah, 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 like that. What it will do is it will go over the top of that, alright? Because it's absolute, it will then make that not in the flow of the page, yeah. So the next time you put won't go underneath it. However, if you then give that one there a class of, say, why is it just gone that? Okay, whatever. Class of test, and then we go up here and we put in nothing there because that's the wrong one, and put in dot test, and then put in margin dash top, and then give it a bucket, I don't know, 20 pixels, and then run that. It will go down, which is well off what we needed. So if we put it on at say 100. Hold on a minute, I've got a cat trying to climb into a box here. So, 1 second. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? You're nuts up. Sorry for that, but yeah, I turned around and I just see a towel sticking out of a box, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get destroyed and crushed. Anyway, I'm back. So, as you can see now, it's now below the image. And now if you write anything after that, it then returns to normal as the flow of the page. So, do that, and then run that. And now it goes back to normal. Yeah? So, it's a little bit weird, but we worked it out. And now that we know how to do that, moving forward, it should be a little bit easier in order to position stuff. So that was that. Now, this is the one that I got stuck on when I was actually trying to make a website about January time. When I first started CSS and HTML and that, someone was like, oh, you can do websites. And I was like, yeah, of course I can. obviously unaware that I can't. And one of the things I wanted to do was make an image of like a house, as at the top of the page, and then it goes all the way across, full width, and then the height would change to whatever I wanted it to be. But his logo would then sit on top of the image, sort of pretty much like it is here. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit bigger, and he'll have his own text and stuff, his own font, and it'll go across and it'll look really nice. However, getting it to sit where I wanted it was, mate, it done me. So, what we're going to do is quickly change this heading 3, because that doesn't need to be a heading 3. That needs to be a P, as does that. Cool, so that's now amended. And positioning text over images. Now, what we did in our example is just for me to understand how it works and stuff, was I had to do what they tell you to do for this one. So they give you a container that gives you a position relative. I had to do that on my z-axis example, because if I had done it without giving it a container, this would have referenced the top of the page, because there's nothing above it that would have been positioned. Yeah, so you have to do it inside the same div, if that makes sense. So this is what we've got to do here, which is fine. I need to reload that. There we go. And this is where we have to go as of now. This is the weird though, right? Because every other example gives you an overview of what it is. Yeah? This one is just like, here's a picture, work it out. So, what have they done? So they've made a container. Right, okay, let's just look at the HTML first. So, image text, done. Add some text to image on the top left corner. Right, cool. So what they've done is they've made a div that is container, which goes across all of it. So the container would be around here. In fact, if we just give that a quick border, 2 pixels, solid, oops, and green, run that. Right, there you go. So the container itself goes around everything. Inside that container, they've then put an image, which is then that image there. They've given it a width of 1000 and a height of 300. Cool. And then they've given another div with the class of top left, which then they can amend, and the actual text is top left. So when they would have put that in, it would just sit probably. It would probably sit here. So I'll tell you what, let's just have a quick look what they've done. We're going to use a different image, which I'm just going to Google now. What would be nice? What would be nice? Isn't it weird, like, when you've got to actually think about it? Mario 2 Warps. Mario laptop stickers. There you go. Right, what was I looking for laptop stickers for? Who knows? Mario and Toad. I'll tell you what, Mario and Bowser. I'll tell you what, I like Bowser. Fuck, let's just do Bowser. Bowser. Images. We're gonna nick one. Tell you what, let's do. Come on, give me something good. There he is. Looks like he's having a poo. That'll do. Right. Save image as. It's not. I don't know if this will work because it's a GIF, but let's see. We need to save that into my web development, notes and review, and then we'll do it here. So it'll be Bowser, and it'll be Bowser.jpg. Cool. So if we close that, and then what we need to do is we need to make a div, which is then going to be our container. Class of image dash text dash container. I know it's a little bit long-winded, but I've got so much stuff in this sheet that I need to give things specific class names, because I think I've already done container somewhere, and if not, it still just looks a bit poo. So image source equals, and then this will now be Bowser.jpg. Do that. Oops, done it on the wrong side. Do that. And then if we just save that quickly and have a quick look, there he is, the boy having a poo. Right, so I don't like mixing up. So you see here where they've done this, they've done the styling in the HTML. Now if I've got a big style sheet sitting there, I don't like doing that, because then it's easy to miss when I'm reading it, and so on and so on. I don't know about yourselves, and if it isn't, apologies, I'm just being a bit thick. However, hold on a minute, let's just make sure that actually I can still hear myself. Hello, 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 hello. Yep, it is cool. Okay, sorry about that, I just wanted to make sure, because nothing worse than doing this and no one can hear me. Right, so what was I even saying, man? Oh yeah. So I don't like putting styling inside the HTML if I've got a style sheet that can do that. So I'm actually going to give this a class of Bowser, and when I go back into my style sheet, I can play about with all these to suit now. So I'm going to give this one the class of I've completely forgot what I called it. Image text container. Just copy him, put him there. Cool. Now, in this, it will become position relative. And that is what we did up here, where we made this one. Okay? So we're actually going to give it another border, just so we can see what's going on, and then we can delete that in a minute. 2 pixels, solid, and blue, because you know blue is the color. And then we give this one the class of Bowser, and we want to make this one really wide. Width, we'll put it at, well, let's just copy what they've done in that sense, and a height of 350. Right, so now if we save that and go back onto our little picture, there he is, the boy, looking all happy with himself in his little poo. Why has that happened? Let's just see what happens if we make this really big. Nothing. Okay, it's because the width don't fit that screen. Cool. And because we put it in position relative, you can't see it. Mate, learning is fun. Right, okay, cool. So, you know what, we're going to change the width because that's well too big. Let's change the width to 700. Save that, press that, there we go, cool. Now why has that one happened though? We're going to give Bowser nothing. Interesting. Cool. Right, so now what we're going to do is make the div. And you know what, we're going to actually add all of the images. You know, like on their example, they've got top left, top right, top blah, 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 blah. We're going to do that. But we're not going to look at how to do it, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't. So, here we go. Right, so we need to make a div. Oops. Div. And we've got to give that a class of top left. That makes sense. Top left. And the wording on here will be top left. Makes sense. Then we're going to do that again and again and again and again and again. Right, so we need to change the top left to top right. No, top. It's 2 words. I don't know why they haven't separated that. Top middle dash right. Do we want it in the middle? We don't need it, I don't think. No, we're going to take that out. So it'll be top right bottom right, bottom left, and center. And then that one can disappear. Cool. Right. So, now we've got all these different bits and pieces, which is great. Oh man, now we need to change all this. Top right. What? Oh man. Bottom right. Bottom left. We might have to make old Bowsery a bit bigger. And center. Cool. Save that. Let's just have a quick look what it looks like. It should all be underneath it. It's not, it's inside because it's inside the div. That's fine, but it's underneath the image. Cool. Now, because the image container is relative, being the container here, we need to do this. So, dot top dash left, which is now one of them. If we put this as position relative absolute, now because it's inside a div, it will in theory go inside it somewhere. Where's it gone? Oh right, okay, it's gone to the left. Top left. Okay, right, so if we now put left 0 and top 0, haven't done that little doobie there, save that, boom, top left. So if we go from the left and we put it in at say 10 and the top 10, save, it should move over and down a little bit. Oh yes mate. So this isn't exactly a good example because he is too white. We need something with a bit of oomph. House image. Images for house. Purely I'm only doing this because I need to later on anyway. That'd do. Save image as. Should be in the same folder already. Yeah, it is. House.jpg. Cool. So we need to change old Mr. Bowser. There he is. For Mr. House. Save that. Reload you. Boom. There we go. That looks a bit better. And now what we need to do is fill up the div with the image. But if we go, because at the minute it's the width and height. So if we go width 900, 800. Yeah, that'll do for now, right? And then the height, if we call it 500. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Because obviously this at the moment is not got position relative, absolute, sorry. So it's not gonna move about. Oh mate, this is good. Right, so not Saul, cool. Right, what have they done? Anything else that we've missed? So position absolute, we've done. The top, they've done 8 pixels, left 16 pixels, so they've gone down a little bit, over across a little bit. That's fine. They've changed the font size. So if we did it actually in fairness, and change it to as they have 180 pixels. Wow, that'd be big. Like that. It's got a little bit bigger. Wicked. Right, so what we're going to do now is dot top dash right. And what we're going to do, we're not going to check these as I'm doing them. Risky business, right? No, get down, get down. Cat's trying to get at me. Now, right, the top right. So on this one it'll be position what I'm going to do, I'm not going to copy and paste either, because it just gets you used to doing it over and over and over again. So we right, and we're going to put it in. You know what, we're going to do what we've done up there. No, we're not. Let's go for 25. And you know what, we're going to change this as well to 25. And we're going to go from the top. Oops. You know what, 10. Just so that it all looks cool on the outside and that. Now we're going to do dot bottom dash right. And then this one will be position. Whoops. Dash absolute. So annoying, right? I've got a keyboard that I think might be broke. Because as you see when I'm typing, sometimes it will double enter a keystroke, or shift will get untouched, and then it will be giving me the them sort of things. Very annoying. But alas, what am I doing when I've done that one? What was I thinking? Right. Okay, I've clearly lost the plot here. Right. There we go. Position absolute. On this one we want to go to the right. 25. And the bottom 10. Okay. Oh, and we want to change the font size on all of them. Font dash size 18 pix. Font dash size 18 pix. Yeah, see, I don't know what I was up to on this one. Dear God. Or that one. Right. Dot. Oh, come on. Dot. There we go. Bottom dash left. Right, let's see if we can do this without being completely mad now. Position absolute. We want to go left 25. Bottom 10. Font dash size 18 pix. And now the last one is dot center. And we want to go position absolute. Face it, we've got you covered. Very good, thank you, Welcher. I've done it again. Why have I changed it again? I keep changing the way I'm typing it, and it's really not good. Right, so this is the center one. So if we do top as whatever, and then margin auto. So if we go to the top, what will be halfway through that, do you reckon? Let's go with 250. Save, do that. This all should work. Bottom right, bottom left, top right. Right, so we need to change the opacity, which is fine. But where the hell has center gone? Right, let's just get rid of margin auto a minute. Okay, so if we take this down to say 50, just to center. Right, okay, it's there. So we need to come down a little bit more. So we need to go down to 150. A little bit more. 250. Where's he gone? There. Up a little bit, so 220, say. There you go, center. Right, so because he's there now, if we now put in margin dash no auto, save. Why is it not centered it? Right, so what we're going to do before that actually is we're going to change that to house.house, because that isn't the right name anymore. I don't know how the hell I've just done that, but cool. House. Back onto here. And where's he gone, the boy? There he is. House. And then we're going to do is change the opacity of this so that it's lighter. So opacity 50%. Okay. And unfortunately, we've got that fixed element there, so we can't really see the bottom right, but there he is. So we need to now center this. And on this one, I'm just going to have a quick look, because just to make sure I do it correctly as it should be. So what have they done here? Oh, that's annoying. Position relative makes sense. Position absolute. Right. Top 50%, width 100%. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. 100% of the width, 50% of the top. So if we change that to 50, I'm going down to there. That's exactly the one halfway. Cool. So then what he's done is text align center, which makes sense. Because you've just put it in the middle of the... I didn't save that, that's why. No. Ah, because I didn't align on width. 100 pixels. No, 100%. Boom. And on that one we want a font dash size. We're going to make this one massive of 50 pixels, just so you can see him. Look at him go. Boom, center. Right. Just on that, that's easy. So, what I keep getting confused about in a minute, because images are centered with margin auto, I keep assuming that text, even though I know text align center works, I keep using margins for text, which is not cool. So I need to get out of that habit. So, we just need to make a note on this. So, P, in order to add text over an image, you must add a container to add a container div with the style of position relative, and then add a image inside said div. The text can then be position absolute, which will bring the text over the image, and you can use opacity to... So why does text take a preference over an image in terms of like the Z index? Why can't you just... I mean, look, don't get me wrong, I like this like this, but why can't you just specify a Z index and then it's done that way? A image more see-through. Full stop. Cool. There we go. Right, anyway. So that, I believe, is positioning done and dusted. What's this? All CSS properties. Right, so bottom, clips. Okay, cool. Next. Overflow. CSS property controls. What happens to context? It's too big to fit in an area. This text is, what? Really long, and the height of its container is only 100 pixels. Therefore, a scroll bar is added to help the reader to scroll the content, and then that's when they put the lorem ipsum, which we don't mind a bit of. Lorem ipsum is the way forward, the boy. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Right. Okay. CSS overflow, basically, if it's so small, it'll tell you what to do. You might get a scroll bar, you might get the one that goes along the bottom, and so on and so on. The overflow property specifies whether to clip or content specifies whether to clip the content or to add scroll bars when the content or element is too big to fit in specified areas. Overflow property has the following values. Visible. The overflow is not clipped. The content renders outside the elements box. Okay, cool. That's when it just carries on and on and on and on. The overflow is clipped and the rest of the content will be invisible. Okay, I don't know why you would want that. Doesn't make any sense to me because you want to see what you write, otherwise there's no point. It's clipped and a scroll bar is added to see the rest of the content. Again, makes sense. It adds scroll bars only when necessary. Okay, so scroll will automatically add a box that you specify a width to. Auto is when, for example, you might open it up on your phone and it's too small, it will add one automatically. It won't be there if your screen can take it, I assume. The overflow property only works for block elements with a specified height. In OS, lie on Mac, scroll height is hidden by default, only shown when you use it. Right, by default the overflow is visible, meaning that it's not clipped and it renders outside the element box. Yes, that we get. Because there's your little box that you've made, but because it don't fit, it will just go over and over and over and over and over. Cool. What we need to do here actually is quick, because we are going to do a little bit on this. We sort of get this one, it makes sense. Overflow. Yeah, let's give it a bit of capital look, make it look a bit sexy. Right. Oh no, my phone, it's all gone wrong. Someone help me. There we go. Right. We want that to be a H2 because it's no longer part of positioning, even though it sort of is. Overflow. Visible. Why have I done that? Let's delete that. Delete that. Yeah, I don't know why I did it like that. Makes no sense to me. Right, so actually we want that to be a H3 really. H3. H3. And then we want a P. Cool. Right. This is the standard setting. No, we need another one actually. P there. Overflow is where you specify what will happen if there is too much text for a container, such as allowing it to spill out. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Spill out from the container, become hidden, or or content, or what's the word I'm looking for? Oh well, can't think. So it's going to now become hidden or compress the text and add a scroll bar. Cool. This is the standard setting for elements. If on this one we're just going to copy and paste because this is easy peasy. This one we get this one. This is the standard setting for elements. If a container is too small, the text will overflow and carry on regardless. So on this one actually we are going to give a quick example. We'll give it a div, and in there we're going to write this is what happens if you have a Load of text that can't fit inside a container, and then we're going to write like that. Cool. Done. Right, this is what happens with that. Cool. And we're going to give this one a div class of, again, because I've got so much stuff going on in this web page that it needs to have its own class or ID, but I don't know, someone told me to use classes over IDs all the time because it's just easier, but who knows. So we get a class of visible. Go into my style sheet. Dot visible. We want overflow visible. And why not worked? What have I done wrong? Oh, it has worked? Or hasn't it worked? Overflow. Is visible not the way I've written it? V-I-S-A-B-L-E? V-I-S-A-B-L-E? That? Why has that not gone a funny colour? Ah, I've written it wrong. Visible. Oh, so you want a width. 200 pics. I know that I said I was going to copy and paste, but it's good for you to, you know, keep doing it, because then it just keeps you remembering what you got to do. Right, so in theory we should have one thing. There you go, look. So there's a container and there's all the stuff that's just gone down. Right, because I didn't put a space in any of that, so if we want, this is what happens when you fit inside a container. Where's container? Done. So if we just do that, and do that, and then it should, there you go, yep. So now it fills it up properly. Cool. Sweet. Wonderful. Right. So now we want h3 overflow dot what? Overflow what? What? Hidden. You know what? Let's just change it up a little bit. If we get rid of him. Oh, I don't want to do that. Like that. And then actually just add him there, equals, boom. And get rid of them too. That just makes it easier, doesn't it? Overflow hidden. This. And see, can you then read it? Like, what? Why would you want that? I can't fathom. Why would you want? Why would you use overflow hidden? Why would you need to use? You can use the overflow property if you want to have a better control of the layout. The overflow, okay, fine, got that. Right, cool. What is the use of the? No. Why do you use? Here we go. Why do we use the three properties on this menu? I'm unsure why we need the three properties. Right, what the hell are you talking about? Right, margin none, 0, none. Right, that I get. Margin 0, padding 0. Cool. Overflow hidden. Why would you want the fit? Just show me what you... Try moving them all when you see what they're used to and the impact on the layout. Excellent response. You accept the answer is terrible as it doesn't answer why the styles are used. This is what I hate about, like, the internet, yeah? Like, that guy in fairness has just been a bit annoying. He's like, you know what? Take them away, you'll see. Alright, fine. This guy's then just like, you accepted answer is terrible. It's just attack. The default value of padding and margin are 0. So I don't think there would be any difference if you moved them. Right, cool. Hidden is probably which makes your text going out of your div as hidden. That doesn't tell you why would you want to use it. I'm gonna ask Twitter. Twitter will save me. overflow dot dot, helps if I spell it right, overflow hidden. I understand what it does, but can't think of a place where it would be required. Thank you. Hashtag 100 days. Days of code. Hashtag code newbie. Cool. Right. Hopefully Twitter will save me, but who knows? Who knows? Make sure there's nothing happening. That's cool. Overflow hidden. Right. This. No. This is where you will hide any text that goes outside of the container. Yeah, that's it. That's just what else do you want? Oh, man, I need to get used to the indenting. This is where what it looks like if you have overflow hidden. And then we need to do a load of this. And I'm aware you can use ipsum doobie doobie, but ain't nobody got no time for that. Right, so we delete that. Do that. Now we need to go on here. We need to do dot hidden. Overflow hidden. And then we'll, you know what, on this one we're going to copy and paste because I can't be bothered to write them ones. Save that, and in theory, super duper goody gumdrops, boom. Right, why has it done that? Okay, because that's so big, it's continued in the div because the div is only that big. Okay, cool. So, what do we need to do here? What do we need to do here? What do we need to do here? Because the overflow on it. So, on your overflow, then, right? So this is what's happened, yeah. So this bit here, this H3, has now gone below the container, which is obviously as big as that. Okay. So because of that, anything that overflows, that isn't seen because it's still in theory a part of that div. So, do we do the margin thing again? It might confuse things. How do you do comments in CSS? It's a different one, isn't it? CSS uses the comment. You start with a comment with /* and end it with */ cool. Alright, so on this one then, what we're going to do is on the hidden, we're going to add a margin dash top of 15 pixels. Press F5. Wasn't enough. Needs to be quite a lot because we've got a load of it there. Tell you what actually we can do. If we can increase the width of this to 250, save that, reload that. That's looking a bit better. Change it again to maybe the height. Put the height down to 70. Boom, nearly there. Change the width again to 280. There you go. There you go. And then what we'll do is the height. No, because if we start doing the height, it will change it. So if we go margin top and we give it one more one of 20, save that, reload that. Oh, good God. 25. Okie dokie, this is being annoying. 30. That's because I didn't save it. Oh, you mug, I'm adding it to the wrong one. Oh, mate, how annoying is that? So that can come back off. Save that. That'll now go to like there. It didn't. Why didn't it? I suppose that's the standard thing. Yeah. That's the standard between the two there. Okay, cool. So what we need to do is give... Where's that removing absolute one? Him. Ah, it's too big. So we need two. What do we need to do? This is done in set filaments container. We need to add a... Can we do a margin bottom? And then change that. What am I doing? Margin bottom. And put that as 30 pixels. Save, reload. Yeah, we go. That works. Right, so now what I've got to do is add a comment here, which will be / star. Where's star? 8. And then that will be this is only to make space below space for the below new elements in this sheet, and then we want star / and that's it. We're back to normal. Cool. I'm going to change grey because grey's rubbish. I'm going to make it green. No, that's too light, too dark even. No, that'll do. Right, now we need to make this one a little bit... Whoa! Didn't want to do that. Cancel. What external website? Oh well, doesn't make any sense. Cool. Has anyone answered this question about overflow hidden? Nope. Make sure that everything's still connected, which it is. Cool beans. Sorry, I'm just trying to play about on my phone to get Twitch back. There we go. There we go. Now, hidden is done, but we do want to make that a little bit bigger. So if we call it 90, save, reload. There you go. This is what happens when you have a hidden, and of course you can't see it. Why would you want that? Still don't know, but it is what it is. Now, because that is hidden though, the next thing we put in should just go straight underneath it without any problem. So, we now want to do the next one, which is scroll. So, boom, boom, boom. Overflow, scroll equals, this is where you add a scroll bar to a container, and any information, any text that is too big can be scrolled to view. Full stop. Go down. Div. Give this one a class. You can guess what's coming. I'll scroll. Do that. Do a P. And then what we'll do, this is what overflow scroll looks like. As you can see, there is a scroll bar that you can move up and down to view the text. Full stop. There, cool. Right. Now, if we want to do that one, we're going to go on style sheet. We're going to do full stop, and we're going to add what we're going to add? Scroll. So scroll. Okay, overflow. Scroll. That. And now we want to take all of this slot here and put it in there. Background color can change again now to blue. Save that. And in theory, this one should work without any problems. Goes directly underneath it. Oh yes, happy days. There you go. Because it's too wide as well. Aha. Oh, bonjour. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We need to make the colour a little bit lighter. Oh, I don't know. What did I just do then? Oh, you're having a laugh. Oh mate, Visual Studio Code. What witchcraft is this? What did I click to get that? How do I do that? Ah! Ah! So I can do it green. What? No. How did I do it? Yes! We can do light green. Oh, Visual Studio Code, you sexy beast. Alright, that's going to save some time. I used to use this little pen thing. It used to drive me mad. What's this? Click and enable, allow access to... Oh, whatever. Right. But yeah, I used to use him. And then he would like hover over something and try to get it exact. And oh, look, there's your sticky one coming in. I mean, this is chaotic, this sheet. But it will work for me, I think. And that's all that matters. Right, next one. H3 overflow auto equals. This is where right now this one I need to quickly read up on. It's very simple. Add a scroll bar if necessary. Why the hell does that make? And what does that mean? The always you can what? You can use the overflow property when you want to have better control of the layout. The overflow property specifies is what happens in the contents. Right, I get that, but don't understand. Oh, let's just do it. Let's just do it. This is where a scroll bar is added, similar to overflow scroll, but only where it is necessary. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of testing, this one, because I'm not sure what that means. Right, do a div, create a class of auto. I don't know if I've already got one as auto, because that will change the whole thing. P, this is what overflow auto looks like, and then we need to yeah, right, cool, save. So in theory this is now just made an auto box that we will, right, okay, why has that happened? So now if I get this, make it big, so now if I do that, and it obviously it's still too big, so if I move this across, I think this is where it's going to add a scroll bar. Okay. Well, I'm confused. I don't... Oh, I haven't added anything in yet, you mug. Right. Dot auto. overflow auto. Right, let's just do that and see what happens. Probably won't do nothing. Cool, it won't. Excellent. And then width 200 pixels. Height 90 pixels. Background dash color. And then we're going to do a red. But of course, it won't be any red now that we've got our super duper tool that I still don't know how to use. I'll give it that red, because that looks good. But if we do that, right, now it's done it automatically, but why is it necessary? Okay, so if we give it a width of 600, I see. And if we give this one a width of 600, it should still have a scroll bar. It does, even though you don't need one. Right. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, admittedly, if you're going to make the scroll, surely auto just makes it easier anyway, doesn't it? So if we take that off back to... Actually, 600 is fine. So if we do this though, oops, yeah, even that. Bad example. I get what that means though, yeah. If it won't fit, it will then automatically add it. And if it doesn't, then it does. Then it doesn't. Whoa. My phone's just gone mad. Good grief, it's all gone wrong. Right. Okay. So we want to get that one back to 200, because we get that. And then we'll do this one here at, say, 400, which should add a scroll bar. It doesn't, because there's enough stuff to do. If we change that to 350, scroll bar's added. What we're going to do here actually is call that auto 1. We're going to copy that. No, we're not. We're going to delete it. There we go. Oh, don't want to do that. I want to copy only that bit. Like that. Call this auto 2. This is what overflow auto looks like when the container is too small for the content. This is what overflow looks like when there is enough room to view the full content. Save that, go on there. Right, this one we want it to not show you. Cool. I don't want it to save that and reload that because it might change. Nope, that's cool. And then we need to copy this like that. Do that. That becomes auto 2. And then you become 500. Okay, so it's still a bit too big, so you call that 700. That, boom. Okay, now why has there not been any space? It's because of the overflow. So we're going to do the same thing we did here. We're going to nick that, like that. We're going to put it on here. Save that, do that, boom. There you go. There's an example page. Look at that magic. Because even that doesn't give you any information as to what it is they're on about. They should have done 2 examples. CSS overflow where there is a box, and then obviously made it, I don't know, height 900 pixels. So in fact, if we just quickly knock that out, ooh, which is, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. We know what it means. Right, overflow X and Y. Oh, okay, this is where I wasn't ready for it. Yeah, that's cool. My poor old body, look, keeps on getting moved about all over the show. Right, so we want H3 overflow X and overflow dash Y equals, this is where you can change the overflow of content horizontally or vertically. Overflow X specifies to do left and right, Y is top and bottom. So in this one, X and Y, they've hidden it from the left and the right. And overflow Y, you get a scroll. So what happens if you take that one out? Nothing. Huh. There's no difference. There's no See, in theory I get what they're saying there, but even maybe that example's a bit poor, because the overflow X does nothing. So if you do it the other way around and change that to scroll and put that as hidden, would it then make a really long one? No. No, it won't. Okay. This is where you can specify what happens to the X, the left and right edges of the container, and the Y axis, the top and bottom of the container. Cool. We'll give it a div, class equals X dash and dash Y, and then in there we'll put P, and this is a container with the X axis hidden and the Y axis set to scroll. And then we need a load of this, and then we need to do that. X dash and dash Y overflow X will become hidden, overflow Y is scroll, overflow, and on that the width can be the same as all these ones, and the background color will be orange, but it's not going to be orange. It's going to be that, whatever that is. So if we have a look, the yeah, I don't fully get that, but I understand it. I understand it. Cool. So that's that one done. Right, what is next? We'll delete you, go on here. Right, we are cooking on gas. Layout, float and clear. Right, this is majors, right? Because, as I understand it, float has now been overtaken with the Flexbox. Before I get into all this, I just want to make sure. Following example specifies that an image should float to the right. What? Specifies how an element should float. The PSS clear property specifies what elements can float beside the cleared element and on which side. Float left, float right. The float property is used for positioning, formatting content, e.g. let an image float left to the text in a container. The float property can have one of the following values. Left, floats to the left, floats to the right. None, does not float, will not be displayed just where it occurs in the text. This is default. And inherit. The element inherits the float value of its parent. In its simplest use, the float property can be used to wrap text around images. Float right. The following example specifies an image should float to the right in a text. Try yourself. So we've got a paragraph, and inside the paragraph is an image, which is the pineapple, with a width and a height set. Thereafter it's all that. So normally what would happen is it would go on the left, because it always gets positioned naturally on the left. In this example, the image will float to the right in the paragraph, and the text in the paragraph will wrap around the image. Cool. So if we change that one there to left, it should do exactly the same thing. It does. It does. It just doesn't look as good. Cool. Okay. So that's cool. That I understand. Floating it, moves it around, wraps it around it. Cool. Float left. The following example specifies, yep, and this is what we just see. Okay, yes, all they've done is exactly what I just did. Sweet. Right, no float. In the following example, the image is displayed just where it occurred in text. Float none. So if you try that yourself, that's what happens if you normally do it. If we take that out, it shouldn't change a single thing, because that's what it is by naturally. Cool. That's it. So where the hell's clear gone? It's on the next one, obviously. Right, okay. Because what it was, when I was looking at a video that someone did on how to make like a BBC website, what they used, like for example up here, yeah, it was one that didn't go through links and everything else. You just had to make it look like it. So what they would do, in order to do this at the top, they wouldn't use the flexbox thing. What they done was they used float. So it'd be float, and then they would, like, I don't know, get a snippet of that image, and then from that they'd add CSS to make it a link and stuff, yeah. Then they would float everything to the left, and then that one would be there because the float ended there, and then again, and then again, and again, and again, and again, which works. There's nothing wrong with it, as I understand it. However, everywhere I've read is that flexbox is the better way to do stuff like menus now and things like that. And if it's not better, it's easier. But this is something I need to look at, because actually the way that the guy did it is the way I've learned it. Flexbox I've only found out about in the last probably month, and I haven't used it yet, but I've actually done examples and stuff using float. So that's something I need to look at. What we're going to do is, this will be the last one I do for today, because yeah, after that we're gonna here we go. Anna Apero McDougall has said, I guess if you wanted to encourage people to make their screen bigger or turn their mobile device around, make it clear that there's more content they're missing. I don't know though, it's a stretch. Yeah, see, that's the sort of thing I'm thinking. It just don't make sense. Bizarre. Very, very strange. Okay, cool. Well, at least that's what, at least someone else is thinking what I'm thinking. It just doesn't make sense. Right, cool. So if we go for float, because, you know, I do that, I just mumble off and off I go. So, H2, and float and clear properties. H3. Float, in essence, is used to wrap text around images by floating the text, it will be out of the flow of page and placed where the flow advises. That'll do for now, for example, and the content will wrap around that flow, in theory. And then I need to do a quick comment to myself because I need to find out about this. Find out whether Flexbox has taken over from float for layout options. If that makes sense, I don't know, but it's okay, it's only for me. Right. So, this is where we use Bowser, I think. And we're going to nick all of that beautiful, beautiful lorem ipsum. Where's float right gone? Here he is. So we're going to nick all of that. Ah ha 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 ha. Cool. And we're just going to dump it. Dump. Here. So we want a. What do we want? We want a div. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. And cool. So we want a image source equals Bowser.jpg. Close that. And we want a paragraph that has that line. Cool. Save that. Just quickly see what that looks like because I'm pretty sure I've done it wrong. Ah. Oh. You mug. It's HTML in it, which will be / that. No, it ain't. That / because I've done it wrong, so it's backslash. Where's backslash? It ain't backslash. What am I talking about? Oh, my brain. Where the hell is comments in CSS now? There he is. Because I don't know why I got backslashes in my head. That makes sense. There we go. That ain't right either. What did I miss? I ain't done an exclamation mark. Cool. Right, so that's that now. Saved. So if we float Bowser, like that, and then we do this, dot Bowser, float, right, save, there he goes, look, he's over there, that boy. So how the hell do we make it so that we get more? If we copy that lot and put him at the end. There you go, now he's been mapped. So if we did that, press that, boom, float right. Yeah, so Bowser would have been originally there, but because he's been floated, he's over there. Cool. H3 float dash left, and this will be an exact Bowser dash right, and yep, you can guess it. Bowser dash left. Nope, because that's a JPEG. Cool. There he is. And he's obviously not moved because we've changed the browser name. So that'll be now dash right. Save. We'll nick that. And then that will now be left, as will that. Save, boom, boom. We're getting there. We are getting there. Right. That's that sorted. See, we've been cooking on gas, mate. Cooking on gas. Right. You can quickly just come down a little bit. Right. Float in essence is used to wrap text images. Float the text will be able to flood the page and places where it advises content and wrap and blah 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 blah. Right, so we need to get rid of that. We need to do that. What was the last one? Float left, float no float. Right, no float is we'll do it, but I don't get float dash none. What am I doing? Alright, float none. This is the standard for elements, but it can be specified if required. So this one here is just going to be a very easy done. We're not even going to do the same thing because it just doesn't make any sense to, so we'll do that. Call that browser none. Make a P. As you can see, the image is now in the standard flow as it would be without specifying I don't know if that's right, who cares, specifying float none, float dash none. We'll stop, get that P back up there. Don't like it when they're not on the same line for P's. There we go. Save, done, done, done. Quickly go on here. Dot browser dash none float dot dot none. Save. This in theory should do absolutely nothing special, and it didn't. But if we was to put that as left, just to make sure we've got this right, the text will come up next to it. Okay, well, it goes right to the top of it as well. That's important to note. And then right, and then none. Sweet. Right. Poor body, look. I'm going to get you right over here, mate. Don't you worry. Oh, Shield decides to just jump over there, does it? I still don't know why these have got red. Is it because they're in the wrong line? Is that what it is? There's something there that I ain't seen. So now if we get all of them and just press tab, then it's fine. Oh, how annoying. Right, actually, let's just quickly see if we can make this a little bit prettier. So that's all fine, that's fine, that's fine. H1, that's fine, goes into that, that's fine. No, that can come back a little bit. H2s are all good. Position. Do we even need... No, we don't. That's all fine. That's fine. That's cool because it goes inside itself. That's just a box, so that's an example, so that's cool. Quick way to center a fixed element, so that can go there. Position relative, so he can come back. The div is fine. They're both fine, that's fine. Oh, in fairness, I've actually been doing it all right. It just looks crap when I'm looking at it. Yay me, right, overflow visible, what's this? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then all of them sit on there for them. H2, yep, he goes there because it's a different one. H3, you can come back, boys. No, what have I done? That's it. Sweet. Right. Now, what I wonder is next? It's going to be clear, I assume. The clear property. Here we go. Clear property is we can float beside the cleared element and on which side. The clear property can have one of the following values. None allows floating elements on both sides. This is default. No floating elements allowed on the left side. No floating elements on the right side. No floating elements on either one. And oh, good grief. This is going to be a little bit confusing. Without clear and with clear. Okay, right. Without clear. So you've got a div 1. That's the box. Hold on a minute. You've got containers and all kinds of stuff going on here. Right. Div 1. So you got div. Right. Mate, my brain is just exploding. Right, okay, cool. So there's a class. There's a div with div 1 in it. Cool. That's in its own box. Then there's a class with div 2. Notice that div 2 is after div 1 in the HTML code. However, since the URL floats, the text in div 2 will float around div 1 and it won't change back until you clear it. So with clear is div 3, which is the green box there, and div 4. Here, clear left moves div 4 down below the floating div 3. The value left clears the element floated to the left, and you can also clear right and both. Cool. So I think I get that. So because the float, okay, so on this one here, because that is floated to the left, anything you then put under it will then automatically go still floated to the left. You need to specify on the next one you do that you need to clear whatever way that float was sitting. That makes sense to me. If you excuse me one moment, I just need to quickly stop for a moment, so please bear with me. Sorry about that, guys. I have returned. Oh no, I've just run over my. Oh god. There we go. I'm back. So sorry in the delay. I have returned. Right. Now we want to do H3 clear. So on this one we need a paragraph. In order to get the next elements back into the flow of a page after a flow has been used, you need to clear it. You need to clear it, full stop. This can be done with clear left, clear right, and clear both, which will take off both left and right. Cool. Now on this one, we ain't got to do loads. In fact, I might even use this example here because this one makes sense. We're just gonna have to change around the wording and bits and pieces because we've obviously got different come on, Tom, use your words. We've got different classes and such, you know, because I've got all the different wordings and everything else. So how long are we in? How long are we in for? How long have I been doing this at the moment? We have to stop soon, I think. I'm on nearly 2 hours, which is cool. Make up for some days that I haven't done, isn't it? Let's have a quick look, shall we? We have been going for bum bum bum. Make up for some days that I haven't done, isn't it? 1.5 hours. We have been going for bum bum bum. Excellent. So, next. Right. Yeah. So we need to change this. Okay. Cool. Right. So, right, we're gonna do another one of them. No, we're not. I've done it wrong. I didn't want to do that. I just want to do that. Right. Cool. That's all moved over now. Right. Without clear, and a div class can become. You know what? Actually, div 1, div 2, div 3 works. I haven't done that yet. Oh, this might be a little bit easier than I thought it would be. So if we save that, and then in here, we actually just chuck it in as that is. This should just work straight away. Whoa! God, what have I done? Like that. In fact, because we've put float none, see, and then, I don't understand. When you copy and paste into this, it doesn't like it, does it? Especially when you paste code in. I don't understand what's wrong with this, but you obviously know more than me because you're a computer. Alright, save. Hopefully this works first time. Boom. Ta-da! What we're going to do here actually, yeah, before we do anything. No! Let's put clear. Both. Nope. Why is that not happening? That isn't what your one looks like. Huh. The float left. Is it because of float none and that lot above it? Let's just really quickly delete all that lot, save that. Go back on here, press that. It should work. No, it doesn't. Oh, right. Now I'm really confused. I haven't saved it. Maybe it's that. Boom. Nope, I did save it. No, I don't know. How can the same bit of code look different? Well, that was just stupid to say. I know the answer, because obviously they're using a little screen and I'm not, and so on and so on. Actually, saying that, if this opens up, will it actually make it? It does. Okay, that's why. Crisis over, boys. Tell you what, I won't be able to use my phone. There we go. Right, so that's it. It is working. And that to me makes perfect sense. Because that is floated, anything around it will then go. You have to remove the clear. Job done. Sweet. The clear fix hacks. If an element is taller than the element containing it, and it is floated, it will overflow outside its container. We can have overflow auto to the containing element to fix this problem. Ah, what? Right. Inherit is one I don't get. If an element is taller than the element containing it, so in this case it will be the picture, and it is floated to the right in this case, for example, it will then overflow outside its container. What is going on here? Okay, that's why. 2 dot dots. Dot 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 dots. Good grief. Now, you know what? We're going to do this clear fix hack, and then I think we're going to leave it there for now. So, what we're going to do is H3, the clear fix hack. And then just to save time, we're going to do a P, and we're going to copy that because it actually reads right. Like that. Delete the little dot dot because I don't need that. And then what we're going to do is try itself. We're going to do our little mate Bowser. Oh mate, that's misleading. No, it's not at all. So what we're going to do is copy that, because again this one actually makes sense, so we're just going to copy and paste it like so. Oh, it definitely doesn't like being pasted, does he? Right, we're going to change that. Source will now be Bowser.jpg, and as will that. Bowser.jpg, save. Right, which will in theory just give us 2 pictures. There they are. Cool. Now if we go on here, we go on there. So in there we want to do this. Do that. And do that. Save that. Go on that. And then do that. Right, so now what we want to do is on that div, which contains all of it. Nope, it takes 2, so we'll be doing div, and we need to give these two a class of fix. I've run out of ideas then, can you tell? Save. Wait, no. Will ClearFix also have? Because a div is that. Man, this is gonna be fiddly. No, it ain't. All we got to do is add that to that, and then it's fix. Yeah, we need to add fix and ClearFix, right? So ClearFix will now be border that. Actually, it'll be both. Whoops. And then we need to do fix. Which will then be exactly the same, but with just them two. So by exactly the same, I of course mean not exactly the same at all. Like that. Save. In theory, this should well work. There we go. That's what it shows you. Yeah. Perfect. And again, that makes sense because it makes sense. Don't know what else to say really. Right. Now the ClearFix overflow auto ClearFix works as well as you are able to keep control of your margins and padding. Else you might see scroll bars. The new modern ClearFix hack server is safer to use. See now, what the hell is this? So that is the same. Float right is the same. It's the ClearFix after. What we'll do on this one is we're going to make a. Oh, look at that, that's horrific. Oh come on, my mouse does not want to play ball. Oh mate. There we go. It did not want to play ball at all there. Right. So the div is inside that. There's that. That can stay there. That goes in. That goes in. Oh, heaven forbid we do something differently. There we go. Right. And like even then, like, I know I don't like doing it, but it just is an example, isn't it? If it was a lot more necessary before Flexbox and Grid when you had to do layouts of floats, weird stuff would happen if your overflow would fix. It was always a bit hacky. Good man. Good man. There we go. There you go. There you go. The position overflow. No. Overflow hidden was used a lot more when floats were used instead of Flexbox. See? This is what I was using before with the whole float and doing layouts and stuff, but apparently that man has just said that the Flexbox isn't needed anymore, and so on and so forth. Boom. Right. This one here, we're actually going to leave a comment for myself. H3. And this one is what? No, whoops, no clear fix, what's the word? No fix hack. Oh, come on. Need to review this later. And then can we just copy and paste that? Yeah, we can. Perfect. Right. I wonder what else we're at. Float examples. Grid of boxes equal width sides. With the float property, it's easy to float boxes to content side by side. Yes, it is. But we are going to leave this for here, just for now, because... Oh, mate, that gets right into it, doesn't it? Hopefully this should say... It should say... It doesn't say. See, now this is the problem that I'm having, because I learned how to do it all like this. But obviously Flexbox is here, which has probably been here for many years, but I've just been watching an old tutorial, so now I need to work out what's what. But we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Because yeah, you know what I mean? Don't get done if it ain't done, obviously. Sweet. Alright, thank you very much. Goodbye.